Hello everyone, welcome to online classes. Today we are going to discussing on the very first chapter of class 7, that is modern democracy. In this chapter we are going to see what is democracy. In the previous class we learned why we need governance. Government means provide and control the functioning of various elements of society. There are various forms of government. In this chapter we shall see these forms in brief and deliberates in greater detail about democracy. In the words of Abraham Lincoln, it is the government of the people, by the people, and the people. Let us discuss why every country needs a government. To understand this, let us take the example of a family. A family needs a place to live which is secure. It should have a kitchen to cook food, the basic amenities like water, electricity, toilets, etc. It should have security from burglary and weather elements. It has a set of rules such as times to eat, who will do what, and so on. The parents usually ensure that the rulers are followed by everyone. These rules are not written down as family is a small unit and everyone understand each other. In the same manner, the country also needs a safe environment, infrastructure like roads, railway, electricity and water supply. Okay, they also have to set of rules which are to be enforced, and first all this is done by the government of a country. Yeah, different forms of government existed from historic times in different country. You must have heard stories in your childhood about kings and queens and their kingdoms. That was once the most common form of government. In fact, that was the only form of government as it came up from ancient civilization where they had men who used to dictate the rules that were to be followed and even gave punishment to those who disobeyed. The various forms of government which the world has known are mainly with minor variations. Okay, broadly there were three types of government. Second one is dictatorship and third one is democracy. Yes, the first form of government is monarchy. Okay, monarchy has a king, queen, emperor or empress. The ruling position can be passed on the ruling heirs, and in some traditional monarchies, the monarch has absolute power, but a constitutional monarchies like that of the United Kingdom also has a democratic government that restricts the monarch's control. Okay. In the traditional monarchical form of government was practiced widely but had a problems. Why? Because the large number of people of big countries felt that their problems were not addressed adequately and the kings were only interested to making money for themselves. They also felt that the laws were made as per the will of king and there was no fixed procedure. Okay, so gradually this system was fading away as population grew and it was unmanageable for a king to rule over them efficiently. Clear? Yes. The second form of government is dictatorship. Okay? Dictatorship. A dictatorship consists of rule by one person or a group of people. Okay, a dictatorship is a body of government where total control and dominance lies with a small group of people or one person. A good example of a dictatorship is North Korea. Kim Jong II, a leader, takes control over the government and has total power. Yes, our third form of government is democracy. Yeah, democracy means in a democracy, the government is elected by the people. Everyone who is eligible to vote has a chance to elect the leaders who will run the country. Okay, It is distinct from governments controlled by a particular social class or group by a single person like a monarch or a dictator. Okay, a democratic government can be either run directly or through elected representatives. As the direct form needs a huge number of people of assemble at one place, it is not practical anymore. Okay, so therefore the system of elected representative is in practice all over the world where democracy is followed. Okay, in a simple words we can say that a form of government where many people share political power, the citizen rule, it is democracy. Okay, historic perspective. The term democracy originates from the Greek word demos, meaning people, and kratos, meaning power. So democracy means the government by the people. Prior of democracy, most of the countries of the world were ruled by a king and all the powers were vested in them, and the system was called monarchy. There the rulers was appointed on hereditary basis and was not answerable to the people for his policies. Okay, the concept of democracy can be traced to ancient Greece, where people used to get together at one place to exercise their power directly in deciding matter, okay, of state. It was called a direct democracy. This type of democracy was possible in those days. Why? Because as the states used to be a very small, but the gradual increase of the size and population of the political units, it became impossible to arrange for a large number of people to assemble. Okay, so at one place to discuss matter concerning them. It was at this time that the concept of representative democracy came into being, and the system of voting is standard. People started to elect their representative. So we shall now study why it is popular in most part of the world, and later its next chapter deliberates understand the procedures of forming a government in democracy as this that what we follow in our country. Okay, yes, okay. Democracy, yeah, democracy is one system of the government which become the most popular all over the world. Has revolutions took place all over the world to stabilize this system. So in democracy the sovereign power rests with people irrespective of difference of religions, color, caste, gender, etc. In a democracy it commonly said bullet substitutes. Okay, the bullet because it is system where people can change the ruling power by means of voting out a government. Normally every person who is an adult citizen of a country has the right to vote. This is known as one man one vote and also called universal adult franchise. This form of government is called democracy. Clear? Social democracy means a variation on socialism that argues that socialism and democracy can work together. Example, British Labour Party. Okay, change comes through peaceful democratic processes like elections, and democratic government should promote economic as well as political freedom and equality. Yeah, economic democracy means economic democracy is a socio-economic philosophy that suggests transfer of decision making authority from a small minority of corporate shareholders to the large majority of public stakeholders. Okay, while there is no single definition or approach, all theories and real world example of economic democracy are based on a core set of fundamental assumptions. Yes, making democracy successful. Yeah, democracy will be strong if people are educated and aware of their rights and duties toward their country. Yeah, they should be disciplined and obey the law. The people should take interest in the formation of government. They should exercise their right to vote, and the people should keep themselves informed about the policies of the government. They should formulate public opinion if they feel that the policies are not fair or not in general interest of the public. Okay, so these are the conditions there our democracy is making successful. Clear, student? Yeah, the fundamental rights. What are the fundamental rights? There are 6 fundamental rights of Indian citizens as declared in the Constitution of India. Okay, these are: first, right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, cultural and educational right to freedom and religions, and right to constitutional remedies. Okay, these are our fundamental rights. Yes, political equality. What is political equality? All people who have attained the age of 18 years are allowed to take part in the process of formation of the government. This is also known as the universal adult franchise. It means that all adults of any caste, religion, gender and financial status are allowed to vote for electing the leaders of his choosing similarities. The people of different caste and religion have equal right to contest the elections and take part in the political process of the country. Clear? What is social equality? Every person of India is given equal status in the society. They shall not be discriminated against on the basis of their caste or religion. People have equal right to visit and enjoy the facility provided at public places. Okay? Yeah, economic equality means people of India can pursue any occupations or professions of their choosing. The constitutions allow every person equality in terms of employment opportunities. The government, however, has it rights to give some preferential opportunities of certain classes which is in the past did not get equal opportunities of acquiring education and growth. Clear?